The middle class was promised a simple bargain. Study hard, work hard, build a respectable career, earn more money, and eventually, life would become secure. That promise shaped the dreams of millions of families. Parents repeated it to their children, teachers repeated it to their students. Entire societies were built around the belief that discipline and ambition would lead to freedom. But today, something feels profoundly different. Millions of people are doing everything they were told to do. They went to university, they built careers, they earned more money than their parents ever did. From the outside, their lives appear successful. And yet many of them feel trapped. They feel anxious, overextended, constantly behind. They are not poor in the traditional sense, but they do not feel free. And that is the invisible trap. A system that rewards the appearance of success while quietly reducing a person's ability to walk away. The modern middle-class dream looks impressive. A good salary, a beautiful home, 2 cars in the driveway, vacations, retirement accounts, children's education plans, everything appears stable. But beneath that polished surface, many households live under relentless pressure. Mortgage payments, insurance premiums, childcare costs, student loans, credit card balances, rising prices, fear of layoffs, fear of one unexpected event destabilizing everything. This is what makes the trap so difficult to recognize. It does not look like failure. It looks like responsibility. It looks like adulthood. It looks like progress. And because it looks so normal, millions of people spend decades inside it without ever questioning whether they are building wealth or simply constructing a more sophisticated form of dependency. For generations, the middle class represented security rather than extravagance. The goal was not to be rich. The goal was to be safe, a stable job, a modest home, enough money to raise children, enough savings to retire with dignity. That vision was psychologically powerful because it offered certainty. If you worked hard enough, your future would become less fragile. But over time, the meaning of a normal life began to change. What once required moderate effort gradually began to demand extraordinary levels of income, discipline, and sacrifice. One expense increased at a time. One larger mortgage, one additional subscription, one more obligation, until stability itself became expensive. Over the last few decades, the basic ingredients of a secure life have become dramatically more expensive. Buying a home often requires decades of debt. Higher education, once seen as a pathway to opportunity, can become a financial burden that follows people for years. Healthcare consumes larger portions of household income. Childcare can rival the cost of rent. Even small conveniences accumulate into substantial monthly commitments. Together, these costs create a system in which families must run faster, simply to maintain what previous generations considered ordinary. People are working harder than ever, not necessarily to advance, but to avoid slipping backward. When income rises, expectations often rise with it. The first meaningful salary increase feels transformative, but very quickly, what once felt luxurious begins to feel normal. A larger apartment becomes a larger home. A practical car becomes a premium vehicle. Convenience becomes a necessity. This process is known as lifestyle inflation. People believe they are upgrading their lives when in many cases they are simply increasing the cost of maintaining their identity. The paycheck grows, the expenses grow, and the feeling of financial pressure remains almost unchanged. Many people are not becoming freer. They are becoming more expensive to maintain. Human beings are intensely social creatures. We compare ourselves to our colleagues, neighbors, classmates, and increasingly to carefully curated images online. At some point, spending stops being practical and becomes symbolic. A house is no longer just shelter. A car is no longer just transportation. Luxury becomes a signal, a way of communicating competence, ambition, and worth. People begin purchasing proof that they are succeeding. And once self-worth becomes tied to external symbols, reducing expenses can feel like a personal failure. Credit makes the trap almost invisible. Without credit, most people would immediately recognize the limits of their income. Credit allows those limits to be postponed. Homes can be purchased before they are fully affordable. Cars can be driven today and paid for over years. Experiences can be enjoyed now while the consequences are pushed into the future. Debt is not inherently destructive. But when borrowing becomes the mechanism through which people maintain appearances, future freedom is exchanged for present comfort. Every monthly payment reduces flexibility. Every obligation narrows the range of available choices. Most middle-class professionals are not driven by greed. They are driven by fear. Fear of falling behind, fear of disappointing their families, fear of returning to insecurity, fear of being judged as unsuccessful. Fear encourages overwork. It justifies overconsumption. It keeps people in jobs they no longer love. A person may tell themselves they are being responsible, when in reality they are terrified of losing the identity they have built. Eventually, many people achieve the income they once believed would solve everything. From the outside, they appear prosperous. But prosperity often arrives with a complex structure of commitments, mortgages, tuition, insurance, taxes, maintenance, lifestyle expectations. The result is what many professionals quietly experience as golden handcuffs. The rewards are real, but so are the constraints. The lifestyle that was meant to symbolize freedom now restricts it. One evening, after years of striving, a man sits alone in a beautiful house. Everything around him suggests success. The home is elegant, the furniture is expensive, the view is spectacular. And yet he feels something he did not expect: panic. Because for the first time, he understands that he does not truly own this life. His life owns him. The salary he once celebrated is now required. The expenses cannot easily be reduced. For years, he believed he was building wealth. In reality, he was building dependency. Real wealth is rarely visible. It is not the car in the driveway or the brand on a wristwatch. Real wealth is the ability to choose, the ability to pause, the ability to say no, the ability to leave a job that no longer aligns with your values, the ability to absorb uncertainty without immediate collapse. Freedom begins when appearances stop dictating decisions, when status becomes less important than autonomy. When a person asks a different question, how much control do I actually have over my time, my attention, and my future? The invisible trap keeping the middle class broke is not simply a lack of money. It is the endless cost of trying to look successful. It is the gradual exchange of freedom for status. It is the belief that a larger income automatically creates a larger life. The most dangerous prison is the one society calls achievement, but the moment a person understands the system, a new possibility emerges: to build a life that costs less to maintain, to desire less validation, to protect flexibility, to define success not by what others can see, but by the number of choices that still belong to them. That is where real wealth begins. Costly minds.